Khanyile, she is the manager of the Umnotho Fund. It is within the National Empowerment Fund. Sizama, good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Palisa. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for having made it this morning in this crazy morning. But nonetheless, talk to us about the prerequisites as to who actually qualifies to get funding from the National Empowerment Fund.
Anyone with a business plan that makes commercial sense and that it's got commercial merits, and the plan that they want to implement has a development impact that talks to our mandate as the NEF, which is to promote a black economic empowerment, can approach us for funding.
Yeah, but anyone can actually be in a possession of a business plan.
Yes.
What is the criteria rather that NEF looks into when they sit down and consider such business plans?
We'll have to look at the elements of the business plan. So most important is the market. So what's going to generate your sales line? Is it goods or services that you're providing? Do you have the technical skills to provide those services? And who's your target market? Who are the competitors? And what will make you stand out or bring the customers through your doors as a business person?
Yeah, and I do know that, I mean, in a country like South Africa where there are still problems, especially when it comes to black economic participation, rather, one would understand, Sizama, that your organization is meant to assist in changing the status quo. What are some of the hindrances that you come across when your organization has to go about helping those that are needing financial assistance?
It's usually linked to lack of technical ability in terms of experience to execute what they want to do as per the business plan. It also talks to lack of funding. So we understand that as the NEF, that people coming to us wouldn't have per se the right balance sheet. But also what we do is we've got pre-investment supports, where we've got incubation services where we can assist people to be ready for funding, because not everyone that does come to us with a business plan is ready to be financed on day one.
Yeah, explain to us the incubation program. How does it work?
So the incubation program is channeled through our pre-investment fund. So people would send us a business plan. We would go through it. If we believe that there's merit and development impact and strategic impacts in the transaction that we're looking at, then we would channel them and they'd go through a formal program over a set number of months with expected milestones in terms of elevating and getting them to the next level. Yeah,
because I've personally come across people who are actually saying that they gone to the National Empowerment Fund, they were not assisted. So maybe you need to clarify for the sake of our viewers at home as to who gets to be assisted in this regard. I know that you've mentioned the criteria and such, but a lot of people like not knowing exactly that something might have gone wrong.
We funded a number of businesses across a number of sectors. I think the one thing that makes a business plan more successful is cases where, like in the case of Nosipho, she leveraged off the existing networks and experiences she had. So she'd identified a market and she knew about the industry she was entering into. I think that's a big strength when entering into this space. And what also usually helps sometimes if someone starts small, and then they prove the concept. Then when they come to the financier, it's a bit easier to buy into because they've already demonstrated that there's a market that exists and a demand that exists for a good or service that they're providing, and that they've got the technical ability to execute. And we can always then look at a phased approach and grow them. I mean, we fund from 250,000 Rand right up until 75 million. So that talks to the wide scope of funding that we can provide.
You accommodate almost everyone. And that is where you get a lot of people are saying that funding is only favorable to a selected few here in South Africa, not understanding the actual criteria that NEF looks into. Another challenge is those South Africans in remote areas that feel neglected, forgotten. How does NEF go about going into the rural areas where ideas are and business opportunities are many?
We do that through our Rural and Community Development Fund. I think we understand that as much as we can fund more established black business people, there are also those bright business plans and activities that need to happen in the rural areas to invigorate the economy there and keep people employed. So we've got a number of those in the retail property sector. If we talk about Umlazi Mega City and Rhino Lodge and Jozini Lodge as well, which are some of our proud investments housed in rural areas with rural shareholding. So the communities there get to benefit from the businesses that are operating.
All right. For the sake of our viewers at home, how do they go about? Because I know that you have offices around South Africa,
Yes,
right?
that is correct. They can go to our website, which is www.nefcorp.co.za.
And how friendly are the staff members at NEF? Because people will be telling that I went there, but I was never given proper, explanation as to how things work. Do you have a guarantee that the employees that you have there are, the spirit of Ubuntu is there? Because that's the main thing.
Yes, I mean, we live according to the rules of Empower, and our people understand the struggle that our clients have had to go through to even come and approach us for funding. And we then adopt a hands-on approach where we actually help the clients along to fine-tune whatever business idea they may have so that they can get to be funded, if not by NEF, by another financier.
Zama Siyabonga, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. There you have it. That's Zama Khanyile. She is the manager of Umnotho Fund within the National Empowerment Fund, talking to us about the funding accessibility and how you can go about getting assistance financially from the National Empowerment Fund.